Hey everyone, it's James of geometriccharts.com. It's about 5:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the daily chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. So first of all, video is not investment advice. Second of all, we had a very nice spike going into Memorial Day. I had a feeling that we were going to have that going into the holiday week. They've typically been very good for Bitcoin, but there is one thing, Bitcoin is still reacting to negative line frequencies that I have drawn myself. Even though it's made a very convincing spike up and it looks like the bottom is in and Bitcoin's going to the moon, and I got people, sporadically being like, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to the moon, blah, blah, this is the way it's going to be. But it's like, all right, well, I guess everyone has a very short attention span because this one was going to the moon. Remember how much volume was there? This one was going to the moon. Remember how much volume was there? This one was going to the moon. Remember how much volume was there? We're talking like 12, 15, 17 billion. This one, 9 billion, supposedly, a volume spike. So it's like, all right, well, we have a market that convincingly makes these moves, right? These crazy, crazy vertical price moves. But the only consistency that they really have is that they end just as fast as they start. And sometimes even more violent. So this is a market to where I'm going to preach caution because I've been around the block a few times. I've managed money for people. I know how people get, especially retail traders, anyone that manages money, and anyone that's able to detach themselves from the emotions of this market of just handling money, trading, etc., knows that the retail trader, the average trader, gets sucked into this and they start drawing these crazy lines, and it's basic human nature, and they end up as cannon fodder, and that's why it is called the whales and the guppies. And the guppies just start going and going and going and going, and the whales just systematically dump in. They test the market, boom, hammer it, and guess who gets caught? Other big players, but mainly the guppies get caught, and the axe comes down, the hammer comes down, and again, we're still operating under the longer term negative trend line. We've been under there for a very long time momentum wise. We made $1,000 spike to the upside, and momentum barely budged. All the volume that came in has already disappeared. Negative signs that bring you all the way back to anyone that's been watching me since last year. God, when did I start? Like January, somewhere even prior to that. The point is that anyone that's been watching, these are all the ugly, 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 ugly signs of these areas. So now the question is when Bitcoin does make the corrective move, will Bitcoin be able to stabilize and start to head back up? Will we just have a normal, healthy corrective move and start to go back up? And if that happens, then all these videos are all the future videos will be positive, because instead of going from a negative line set, right, Bitcoin will start operating at a positive line set. And it's possible it's there. But this is a market that I would rather have it prove itself than just go all willy-nilly, jump in and hope and pray that the parabolic slopes that everyone's drawing out there come to fruition, because chances are they're not going to. And those hopes and dreams have destroyed people's lives. People's lives have been absolutely wrecked by the emotional swings in this market, the price swings in this market. And not only is it from social media and people that just do not care. Clearly, it's just all about, we live in a society now to where everything's about fame, everything's about followers. That's all it is. Like, no one cares how the hell they get there. They just destroy people as they need it, like a stepping stone, essentially. And you have the mainstream media doing the same thing, which is mind-boggling. I've been trading for a very long time, managed money for a good portion of my younger years, and I've never seen anything like this ever in my entire life. And I can tell you that each and every time it's ended ugly. So there's a reason why in my videos I say caution. And, and people are going to call me an idiot, and they're going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah. It's like, time is the revealer of truth, right? I said the same things in these areas as well. The only one that really caught me off guard was this one. But each and every time on my videos during those times, there was always those people saying, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's fine. It's fine to take that stance, you know. But I've seen this rodeo one too many times in different markets. And this market is just everything on steroids, essentially. So, you know, I definitely think Bitcoin is toward the tail end of this move. We're going to start seeing some volatility spikes at best. And it's going to lead to a nasty corrective move. I do not think there's going to be any horizontal consolidation. Energy, as it gets expended, either has to cool and start to coil to rebuild itself, or it has to go up, it has to come down in order to do that and then continue up. At the end of the day, we're just framing in energy. It has nothing to do with money. This is all energy in a marketplace between buyers and sellers. Buyers got crazy, crazy hot. Prices skyrocketing to the moon. That energy is going to have to cool down, and when it does, it's going to make a nasty, vertical price movement is met by vertical price movement. Don't forget it. Time will be the revealer of truth. I can already see what's going to happen. The question is now, is when we do correct, does the market hold up? Can we hold up like around 6,200 or so? Can we start establishing that uptrend? Can we actually break back above and sustain trading above the top that we put in? That top may actually break into the 9,000. I think we could potentially get there. We're knocking on 9,000's door. A psychological barrier, 9,000. We break through it. Market will get hot and crazy again. Everyone's like, that's it. It's going to 10,000. And then boom, right? Volume has gone from over 5.5 billion down to 1.9 billion during this complete rise. So volume has definitely been siphoned out. Everything that came in here has already come back out of the market. And I imagine volume is going to continue to dwindle in this market. So anyways, I would just say be prepared for a corrective move. How price reacts to that move is going to determine. And honestly, I hope it does set up an uptrend. I hope it does. I don't want to be bearish on Bitcoin or any of these assets for a matter. But the point is that it will correct. When it does correct, if it proves itself, great. There's going to be tons of trades. There's people that are FOMOing out the wazoo because they feel like they have to jump in now before it launches to the moon. There's going to be a corrective move. That profit-taking event happens in every single market. Once the market corrects, if you see it stabilize, then start to get crazy and wild, you know? Then you can start to have some pretty tight stops in there, close to the bone, and start to, you know, make some really good trades in the future to where we potentially are starting to set an uptrend. But if not, and we start diving through 6,200 like it's not even there, then guess what? We've just repeated history yet another time. This one just looked more convincing than the rest. So anyways, that's it. I hope everybody has a great day, great night. I'll produce another video on Thursday. I definitely believe we're toward the tail end, but I do believe we're going to start seeing volatility spikes at this level, meaning like we've already swung $300 today. I think we could start seeing possibly some bigger spikes like $500, $600, $700, maybe even $1,000 swings, and then this market is going to start to dump. But anyways, that's it. I'll talk to everybody on Thursday, and have a great night or great day depending on where you are.